Last time on Devox plays Higurashi When They Cry.
Rena, Rena, Mimi is picking on me. Yeah. You. Okay, Rena Oni-chan will take care of all those bad people teasing my little sister.
And now, to continue our peaceful life in the village of Hinamizawa. Ladies, gentlemen, creatures of all origins, my name is Devox Runeheart. Welcome back to Devox Plays Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 1. Last time we arrived in Hinamizawa. Met most, if not all, of our cast. If I'm remembering correctly. I have a note here off to the side with everyone's names on it because that's something I really need with Tokyo Chronos. Yeah, I generally think I remember the voices I was doing. But there is one thing I forgot to do last time. And once I realized that, I was kicking myself. I made something specifically for this Let's Play. I made a thing. Just put it on. The bottom of the pile, hold on. There it is. Higurashi shirt. I don't know why I am that low down. Hold on. That is not what I was clicking on. How dare you? It is not letting me. Okay. Everything is locked in place, except for the thing I want to be locked in place. Go up. There we go. Now you can see all the text. Yeah, just a goofy little thing I made. It is very hard to find funny memes about Higurashi that isn't just horrible things. Yeah. We'll be continuing with this shirt. I just realized all my menus were open there. Let me just, now they're not there anymore. Yeah, last time, we got punched in the face by her. Not hit the delete button, and we're gonna get right back into it. You can see my recording time. Oh boy, that's not the right, oh god. There we go! Buttons do not work. I have to actually manually click it. So yes. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretch off into the distance. Oh no, it's... Oh. Hey, Kichi-kun! I just said I remembered all the voices. Hey Kichi-kun, tomorrow, do you have plans or anything? Huh? It was such a direct question from Rena, I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Rena saw me lost for words and realized what I'd misunderstood and turned red as well.
No, I didn't mean like that. You see...
So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Rena is in a panic, I went along with it a little. Oh really? So, it wasn't meant that way.
Huh?
Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning dejection.
Kichi-kun, why are you so disappointed? Why? Me-chan?
Unable to hold it in any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see. This old geezer never knew you could push your buttons like that. Wahaha.
Huh? What is it?
Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach while Rena flailed around, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well, feeling just a bit guilty. I ruffled Rena's hair. Kidding, sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. It really is a cute one.
Huh? Huh? A joke? Since when? Since when?
About halfway through. Halfway? It's okay, Chan. That means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start. Huh? That means... It was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see... Saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. So why were you asking if I'm free tomorrow, Rena?
Huh? Oh, what are you talking about?
It had been so long that Rena had forgotten. That's how long Mion had teased me. Oh.
Hey, Chan. You probably can't find your way around Hinamizawa by yourself yet, can you?
That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we're playing Pin the Tail on the Donkey, I wouldn't be able to tell up from down here. Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school.
Yes. See, tomorrow we were thinking John and I could escort you through Hinamizawa and show you around.
That'd be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer. You'll come, of course, right? If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl, you know. If I'm free. You're probably free anyways. If I'm free. I was being stubborn as to not give a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say so up front.
Keiichi-kun, you're not free, perhaps? Perhaps?
While Mion and I had a rather sour back and forth, Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I just gave in. Sorry, forgive me. I apologize. I'm free.
Great.
The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it blossomed into a smile. Hey now, hey now. Seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me compared to Rena, isn't there? Seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoyed was very interesting. I pushed Rena forward, speeding up her pace and leaving Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should just be the 2 of us tomorrow, leaving grumpy old Mion behind.
Huh? Well, Keiichi-kun... or Keiichi... If Keiichi...
I have so many names that sound like that in my brain.
If Keiichi-kun is okay with that, then...
I'm the one that came up with the idea to take... Oh. I'm the one who came up with the idea to take him around. Don't ignore me, Keiichi Mayabara. It'd be great if the 2 of us could go on a picnic together. Should we bring a basket, Rena?
We're bringing a basket. I'll make all the food. Maybe.
Don't you ignore me too, Rena. I'll tell everyone that you 2 disappeared in the hotel district together.
Well then, I'm gonna go home right now and start making it. Tomorrow's gonna be so fun. Later, Keiichi-kun, Mi-chan, bye.
Rena bounded off like she was walking on the moon. After the dust settled, all that was left was me standing next to Mion sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face. Are you alright? There were over 2 meters between you guys. Holy crap. Since you came, she's become sharper. This old geezer's body can't handle it. Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the result might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs. It felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that you were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut as an extreme contact sport. Or in a contact sport. You can't lose to Rena. You need to train up and have a rematch. Hey, Keiichi, you should... This little geezer will root for you. Me and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. Oh. Oh, hi. I can almost read that. You've received new tips. We're in a mixed grade. We don't have a uniform? What? Oh. I get... I could have lasted maybe 2 more seconds. End of chapter 1. Not end of game. The chapters, I think, are split up in other chapters. Tips. What are new tips? What? What? This doesn't sound like these two should be in this section. Okay, let's... Okay, let's go through the tips. So, Rena, we're the same age?
Yes, that's right. We're the same zodiac animal, too.
Hey, now, it would be weird if we were the same age, but not the same zodiac animal. That's not true. Your birthday isn't the same, then you can have different animals even if you're the same age. Huh? Oh, I see. Mion, you're pretty smart.
What month were you born, by the way, Keiichi-kun? In July.
Rena smirked and puffed up with pride. Hey now, what's the meaning of this? She's not planning to be all high and mighty if her birthday's a wee bit sooner than mine, is she? Eh, don't even. Impossible to challenge me by birthday. I wouldn't even mind if you bet $1 per month.
Huh? Huh? Why? Why?
Rena panicked at suddenly being challenged to a wager. Given how panicked she is, I'm certain she doesn't have much allowance left this month. It's just, sending her into a panic about something as simple as a birthday is so fun, I can't help myself. That means you were born in April, Keiichi-chan. Right on. Too bad, Rena. I'm already far older than Rena.
Oh, I see. And you're the same age as me-chan.
Well, it's just a few months. That gap will open up again soon enough. Mion snickered through her nose. Hey now, that's not something to get all high and mighty about. As if I'm the one to talk. Heh. Now that you mention it... Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, you're in a higher grade, right, Mion? If you're an underclassman, then I can be an underclassman from now on.
Hey, John, you're not making sense to me.
Just by seeing Rena's blushing face, I could tell she knew exactly what she meant by it, though. Then, Satoko and Rika-chan are underclassmen. Their grades are so different that they should be in a different school, shouldn't they?
Keiichi-kun, your face are a bit too young, I think.
You're not making any sense yourself, Rena. I'll just grab onto her head and scruff it up a bit.
Oh, stop it.
I wondered about it before, yeah. I was wondering why this school has different school years all mixed up. There aren't enough classrooms. Can't help it. This building has been rented from the Forestry Service, after all. When she says it like that, it makes sense. I thought our school was strange for a while now. The schoolyard is gravel, there are rooms that aren't for classes, and there's some strange sort of construction machinery parked there. Oh yeah, there is. Why is it being borrowed? What happened to the real school? There was one here forever from before the war. It got dilapidated. They closed it down. It probably was a grand old schoolhouse. Well, because of that, the students would have to attend the school in the city. That's pretty far, you know.
What school would that be?
Did you know there's a school if you pass by the Onomiya train station, turn at the hospital, and head towards the pediatrics department?
What? So far.
I couldn't tell where that was from the location, but I understood it was pretty far from Rena's reaction. Well, that's why. The guys that didn't want to commute to Okinomiya rented out a building from the Forestry Services and are attending this pseudo-schoolhouse here. About half the children in Hinamizawa go here. I can't speak these words. Uh, but half the children, there are quite a lot of kids that come here on bike. Well, since they're attending this really messed up school, it might be pretty hard for them to get to a higher education.
Not true, Michan. Study properly, you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I totally agree with Rena on this one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's try our best.
All of you, try your best. This old man will be rooting for you. Not just us, you too. You should be preparing for exams, shouldn't you? Your future is bleak with grades like this. Fine, just fine. If I get stuck, then I'll just mooch off Kei-chan as he works forever.
What do you mean by work forever? What do you mean?
Hey. You're too loud. Be quiet during self-study. The teacher yelled at all three of us. It was completely our fault. Satoko saw it and chortled haughtily. Stuck up my tongue in her response. Just as Mion says, this school has nothing to do with higher education. But it makes up for that by having lots of valuable things other schools don't. Okay, so her whole contribution was showing up and grinning like a gremlin. Looking over at my little notepad and like, what voice did I give her? I think it was something like this. Like a little gremlin gamer voice. That's not my gamer voice. I try to give Mion my gamer voice, kind of up high and confident, whereas my normal tone is more monotone. It's hard doing more than one voice, holy crap. We don't have a uniform. Oh no, the gremlin's gonna talk through this one. It's only June, but it's already so hot. I could hear the cicadas outside chirp. Oh. Yeah. Higurashi, I think, just directly translates to cicada, like a kind of cicada, by the way. I could hear the Higurashi outside chirping, me, and at night there were mosquitoes. Might as well be summer already. My only salvation is that the mornings were still cool. Summer, I do declare! Sadako was flipping her skirt languidly. Pretty unladylike there. Even if she was a little brat, she was still a girl. Keiichi does seem quite cool with just a single button-up shirt. I'm so jealous. From how I see things, the skirt you're wearing looks like it would be much cooler. A girl like you just wouldn't understand. Wearing jeans out in the season is how steamy the crotch gets.
It's steamy? Oh.
This girl has gone imagining something indecent. Rena's summer clothes have a nice reflection color. I feel cooler just looking at them.
Thank you. You really do feel pretty cool.
I wish my summer clothes were as breezy as Rena's.
But Sadako-chan, your summer clothes are so cute, being a one piece and all. I'd like to wear your summer clothes.
This is actually quite stuffy, you know. I do believe that what you're wearing would feel much cooler.
So much more fun with cute clothes, Hal.
I had a feeling that Rena and Sadako's base values were fundamentally different. Speaking of which, their school doesn't have a uniform.
Yeah, it doesn't. As long as they're proper, then regular clothes are fine.
There are quite a few students in regular clothes. There were a few wearing uniforms, but they were all the same design and rather plain. What's that uniform they're all wearing? They're all the same. That's the city school's uniform. It's not like there's a rule, but they're all wearing them. Speaking of which, everyone in our group is wearing a different uniform, aren't we? You go out of your way to get them from somewhere? Why yes, Mion-san supplied them.
John's relative run a second-hand clothing store. They can get school clothes from all over the country for cheap, they say.
So you asked those relatives to get a bunch of unique school uniforms then? That Mion, she probably loves using her friends as dress-up dolls. That must be strange for a second-hand That must be a strange second-hand clothing store. I get that there's a second-hand clothing store, but stocking clothes from schools all over the country? Pretty strange for a second-hand clothing store. You keep saying that. What's the point of stocking out clothes from faraway schools if they know nothing about?
I think so too. Also, have used school swimsuits and uniforms. I don't like the idea of having used one.
Doesn't sound like that shop makes much money. Having a used PE uniform, holy crap, that'd be awful. They probably have Mion pitch in and help so they can make a bit more. Mion-san says it's a big hit and it'll be a big hit and become a great store. With such conviction. Second-hand clothing store that stocks school uniforms will be a big hit? I don't get it. Okay, that's all the tips. Save again now that we've read all those. Continue. I took it a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Hinamizawa. Hi, clothes! Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Hey, Chad, you're late. Sorry. The show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that. Oh, that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting. And you just got here yourself. Last night's episode of A Day in the Life of was interesting, wasn't it? He was just as guilty as me. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rena really did make a picnic. Kei-chan, after you left, Rena pulled out all the stops. Not like I forced her to do it. It was nothing. Don't worry about it, okay? She's been like this since last night, you know? Can you take responsibility for this? Alright. I am a man after all. I'll take responsibility. Huh? Responsibility? For what? For what? As we both turned around and slowly to look at Rena, our gazes drifted downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that we would entirely filled with lunchboxes. Except that this was Rena we're talking about here. About 2 kilos, I guess? Oh. About 2 kilos, I guess? When Rena was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. Ichi-kun is a boy after all. Thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's get going. Heave-ho. Just from the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunchboxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. I'll help out, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you if you make Rena sad, got it? The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. Carefree rock bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't have even imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies, after all. No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It really was a nice place, peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around. Ah, good day. Good day. Oh, you would be Maebara-kun, I believe. My 2 companions exchanged greetings with everyone we ran across. All these passersby even knew my name. And how I had become this famous? We passed by 3 people, and when all of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid. It's a bit sad to say. Everyone knows everyone since there's so few people here in Hinamizawa. So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume it's that Maebara fellow who just moved here? Yeah, that's how it works out. It was a process of elimination you can only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. You can see me when I do the thing. From now on, I better make sure to maintain a good reputation. Today, I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore. I can expect all the villagers labeling me as a leech by the next day. Hinamizawa was not to be trifled with. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course I know them. The first person we met was
Of course I know them. The first person we met was an old man, Akezo from the Mikano bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute.
Next we meet the grocer's second son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting, and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. The person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Oh.
And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are birdwatching and photography.
You know the names of everyone we pass by, and even their profiles? See my surprise, me and Rena exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, yeah. We're not like the city where people hardly know their neighbors. Alright, now let's try it out. You there, who am I?
Rakiichi Maebara. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person.
It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. Lately, you switched over to wearing boxers. Didn't you? That's enough, that's enough.
Boxers?
Enough of that. Apparently, there's absolutely nothing you keep hidden here. Hinamizawa was not a place to be trifled with. It feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around.
That's right.
We're parading around like this, after all. Don't you all think so, too? That Keiichi-chan is fitting right in here in Hinamizawa. The population in Hinamizawa is shrinking, so the villagers welcome anybody who's new here. I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of, "You're kidding me," but I held it back. Had I ever greeted someone who'd just moved into the city like this before? Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke at all. We passed by another person. Of course, we were called out to, again, the same way. "Oh my, good day." "Oh my, good day. It's wonderful seeing you getting along." I think I'm British. This lady... Oh, it's the lady. This lady here is Fujishima-san. Good day. "Oh my." No, I'm sticking to it. "Oh my, Maebara-kun, how wonderful are you having a lovely girl on each arm. How are you? Getting used to life here?" Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an apathetic nod. The woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good. As I looked back over to Rena and Mion, they gave me a wink.
So now then, it's time to have lunch, maybe? Maybe?
Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both me and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man. I'll do what I can. But it's just too much. It's fine, Keiichi-chan. Leave it to this old man. Mion never seemed to be as reliable as she does right now. I expect no less from the class representative. Rena, if we're gonna eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view.
Yes. Good idea. I agree.
Rena nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Oh, it was Mion. Stairs. Shrine. Resting at the top of the stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling.
This here is the Furude Shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around.
This place! Be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. It's a bit too early in the season for a festival. The Watanagashi isn't a summer... The Watanagashi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter. I was embarrassed for assuming the festival had to be held in the summer.
Now then, spread out the lunch boxes. There.
Various colored lunch boxes were placed one after another on top of a plastic sheet. Sure did smell delicious. It was Rena's home cooking. Went without saying that it would be delicious. Is this even possible to finish all this? Hey, Mion, it'll take more than just a good view to get all this down, you know. People!
Good afternoon.
It was Rika-chan and Sadako. How were they here? Mion grinned over at me. I see. This is her secret plan. It's a power in numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up when all the pieces were in place is my specialty.
had to come here since we're such a commotion. What's the meaning of this?
Take a look. Time for lunch. Bay style. Handmade gourmet meal by Rena.
I can see that much. Why have you laid out a tarp on our property?
Temple is public grounds, it's not yours.
Keiichi is right. This is everyone's property. What? Wow, Rika-chan is such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us.
After opening a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back to Satoko.
Hold on 1 second. Where's my spot?
No spot for you and nothing for you to eat.
Worry, there's some here for you too.
None. I'll eat all of hers.
I will not allow that. Rika!
Here, chopsticks. Both Sadako and I leapt at the boxes, having it out with each other. Man, Keiichi-chan, you're really good at leading people on. You might even have a talent for this.
Have a plate. One for me-chan and Rika-chan too.
Rena whipped out a pair of chopsticks and paper plates.
If you don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up. That's right. Okay. Shall we commence this battle? Please eat a lot. Enough for everyone.
Rena said as she opened up a thermos. Just then I realized that this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different.
I will not allow... I just got the shit smacked out of me. I will not allow you to have this hamburger.
Using your elbows against the rules, Sadako.
Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules.
It was a tough battle. Blocking her full momentum with an elbow with the opening moves, Sadako appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks appeared to be fatal and gave me the upper hand.
The last baseball!
Sato Hojo has been bested. Nom. Satoko. Satoko and I amiably began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Rena blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Me advised Rena to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I'd do anything in my power, just so things could stay like this. That is an ominous statement. The intense battle calmed. Finally, everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos let out a small sigh. Actually, I'm gonna have some of my tea, 1 second. That's good lemon. I do wonder why there are so few... Wait. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal didn't begin until the modern era? Seems that, long ago, people ate in silence. It made people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think?
It's probably because back then people were busy even while eating and didn't have time to compliment the flavor.
That's just you.
But you know, hearing that's good makes me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean.
She blushed a little as she said that.
It was delicious.
With an absolute perfect timing, Rika-chan struck Rena directly with praise. She looked straight at her with an expression of bewitching innocence. After Rena uttered an unintelligible noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible poof.
Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. I mean, thank you. It was really delicious.
Risha flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it.
To reward Rika-chan for her praise, ta-da! These are special.
2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan. After Rika-chan accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. What is it, Sadako? What's with that defiant look?
Has everyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Rena-san?
Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think up with your weak vocab?
Well then, allow me to show you.
After Sadako flashed me in with a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly.
Hey, the Rena-san's lunch? Sadako thought it was yummy too.
Sadako looked up with her proudly while talking cutesily. What? How was that praise? It's not even persuasion by tears, it's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? This is a Rena limited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Rena.
Oh.
Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Rena glomped Sadako and began rubbing her cheek against her.
Cute. Sadako is so cute. Take you home. Oh.
Swish. Stab. Push. Sadako was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at Mion again with a defiant gaze. It took only 5 seconds to take down Rena. That's unfair. I think she had such a trick.
If it upsets you so much, why not reward Rena-san with some praise?
Damn it. That was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. Sadako. You think you've won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your simple, superficial gimmicks?
That sounds great, Mion. What kind of trick is it?
Ichikan's gonna be the one who does it. What?
Oh, why don't we have you show me then? The writhing of an old maid.
The plan of attack she suggested was wicked, but it was the only thing we had to beat Sadako. After sipping my tea, I started talking, very naturally and calmly. Perfectly. It really is good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right?
No. Actually, most of it. Almost all of it was frozen stuff.
Then which ones did you make fresh?
Well, it's embarrassing. Really have to say it. Must I?
From the synergy of boy plus handmade lunchbox, her expression had melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right? Rena turned an even deeper shade of red, the words "I can't believe it" practically written on her face.
How can you tell? How? That I made it.
Of course, Mian had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited for the beat. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. Silence enveloped the area. Rena, face still completely red, froze solid. The small yell. Sadako also blushed. Of course, I did too. I sure would like try one of Rena's handmade apple rabbits or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Sadako, it felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then at that moment, she exploded. Self-destruct initiated. It was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits.
Please eat some, Keiichi-kun. There's plenty for you.
What? Instantly, dozens of apples were shoved in my mouth, knocking me over.
Okay, say... Okay, say Keiichi-kun. Say Keiichi-kun.
My head was forcibly laid upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved in my mouth, while she was squealing. One apple after another was forced into my mouth. More and more apples. Okay. Keiichi-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Sadako? This is our complete victory, isn't it?
I can't believe it. Such trickery. It doesn't bother me at all.
Sadako ground her teeth, mortified. We did it. I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. At that time, Rena stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something.
You're not eating it? Did the salt water strong, maybe?
Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit, placed it into her cupped hands, and seemed to be lost for what to do.
Mr. Rabbit, pray for him. To save him.
Bleh. That was the sound of blood spurting from Rena's nose.
Dudes, tonight I will take you home.
She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then coming back to her senses, she took all the apples around me, gathered them up with a foot, and fixed them back up on a plate.
Well, they're all just fine, Kay. Here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan, okay? Okay?
Rika-chan raised up Sadako's hand like a referee after having... Rika-chan raised up Sadako's hand like a referee after having that plate of rabbit shoved to her. She whispered,
"This is our victory."
What? A comeback? I just don't care anymore. Thus, my sacrifice ended up being in vain. That was cute. It was a fun-filled, crazy day. But as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Later, Rena and Keiichi, I want to say Keiichi. Seen so much Danganronpa. I said that. How did I just pronounce that? Oh god. Later, Rena and Kei-chan. See you tomorrow. Thanks for the day, Mion. I had a great time.
Tomorrow.
Sadako and Rei-chan went home as well. We parted ways with Mion, and it ended up with just Rena and myself enjoying the evening air on our way home.
You're coming today, Keiichi-kun. Is it fun?
Yeah, lots of fun. Almost feels like a waste to go home now.
Well, would you mind taking me a little detour, maybe?
Detour? Is it far?
A bit of a walk, but it won't take long.
Since we had been walking all day, I must have seemed a bit tired. Not feeling like teasing Rena, I quietly nodded. Liquid. More liquid. Lots of liquid. Traversing a small patch up the hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what looked like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view. A large heap of garbage spread off towards the swamp. Probably illegal dumping. I recall it being in the newspaper.
Woohoo! Been quite a while.
I wonder what's here. When you say it's been here a while, you mean the business you had here was with this garbage pile?
It's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of treasure.
Rena had already entered that well-known cute mode of hers. Did that mean there was something cute here? Whoa.
Oh, whoa, a new pile. I can't wait.
He bounded up the unstable slope. I expected no less from a born-and-bred country girl. Wait, I'm coming. Whoa. My city-raised self was completely pitiful.
It's alright. Just stay right there, Keiichi-kun. It won't take long.
Rena kindly declined my accompaniment. Don't fall. Watch your step.
I'm fine. It's nothing at all.
Literally bounding up the heap of trash, Rena disappeared over the other side. I don't like being left behind, but I was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up watching or waiting. Wow, I could read. Without the lively runner around, the surrounding area quickly fell into silence. The cry of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, the sudden noise of scattering pebbles alerted me to someone's presence. Startled, I turned around. Who the fuck are you? Hi, Muscles. Standing there was a typical-looking photographer. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tanned and fit. Something about him seemed unreliable and had a bit of an aloof air about him. Well, it didn't seem like he was a bad guy in any case. Whoa. You surprised me. Although startled when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. I'll tape this from my little section here. What is this guy's name? That was my line. I'm the one who's surprised here. My bad, my bad. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hinamizawa? I gathered that he wasn't from that question. Fazed by my suspicious outlook, he introduced himself without any my prompting. I'm Tomitake. Wait, oh god, why do I have so many notes on this paper? That shouldn't be here. Tomitake. Okay. Freelance photographer. I come to Hinamizawa from time to time. I didn't ask who you were. Quite rude to photograph someone without their consent, one would think. My bad, my bad. I mainly photograph wild birds. I love birds. They can't refuse, you see. So wait, you're saying I'm the same as birds? Well, you see, the image of a young man in the twilight is just picturesque. I apologize for trying to take your picture without asking. Adults are pretty slick. All that annoyance I felt from being startled just flew away as he butted me out. I had no intention of hanging around with this guy trying to get cozy with me, except it didn't seem like Rena would be back soon. But this older guy, Tomitake-san, he didn't mind my cautious response and continued rambling on by himself.
Hey, Chikun, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finished now.
Rena popped her head out from the lower piles of garbage and waved her hand. You have someone with you? What would she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know. I don't know. Maybe she's checking on that dismembered corpse that was out here a lot. Blech, that was me. But no, maybe she's checking on that dismembered corpse that was out here long ago. Tomitake-san looked shaken up for a moment. Uh-oh, I responded as like I would if I were talking with Rena and the others. It was quite a disturbing incident. You still haven't found all the arms. Eh?
Ichikun, sorry to keep you. Were you waiting a while, I guess? Yes?
It'd be best to leave you two lovebirds alone. Again, my apologies for starting you, Ichikun. Tomitake-san chortled suggestively, then disappeared into the twilight. This had my chance to retort, put me off a bit.
Ichikun, you angry? Why, I wonder.
It wasn't Rena's fault, so I decided to just brush it off for now. How was it? Find a treasure trove?
Oh yes, so listen. See, there was a Colonel Sanders doll.
A Colonel Sanders doll? Oh, that thing. Statues they always have out in front of that fried chicken place. That life-size dummy?
Yes, Colonel Sanders. I love my 11 herbs and spices. Oh, cute. I want to take it home.
I couldn't tell if she decides it's cute or not, but, well, she seems to want it. Girl, do I have news for you. There's a visual novel you should look up. It's garbage, right? No one would care if you just take it home, right?
It's become the base of another pile. Can't dig it out so easily. There's no lamppost over there, so it gets pretty dark. It'll get pretty dark soon.
Rena seemed quite down about finding a treasure but not being able to bring it back. I'll help you out. Repay you for that delicious picnic you prepared today.
Oh, thank you.
Birds heading home to roost proclaim that nightfall would soon be upon him.
Ichikun is gonna help. I can take the Colonel home. Oh.
Rena staggered along as if intoxicated in her dreamy state of mind. I tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of her cheery state. Hey, Rena, Long ago, did something happen here?
Seems like they were building a dam here. I don't know the details, though. Oh.
Just wondering if you knew about, you know, an accident or something?
I don't know.
Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded more like a denial than an answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck. Rena quickly lightened her expression.
Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago.
Huh? Transferred here too? I was sure that...
I don't really know much before that. Sorry.
I don't really know. Don't want to talk about it. That kind of feeling she gave me. Thinking about it, of course it'd be like that. This wasn't the type of thing girls would enjoy talking about. It was quite a disturbing incident. They seemed like they hadn't been able to find one of the arms. If it's just like Tomitake said, then I had a feeling that only the Higurashi would. I was about to say logo. Like, oh. Let's do all new tips. Welcome to the cult. I don't know. This is like the definition of cult ritual music. What is this? Imagine there was like just a game that's purely cutesy and tries to make you feel good, and then just on one menu it has this song for no reason. It would just make you go, playing, doing. Right, the Mayabara Manor. So Kei-chan, you're not stinking rich? What's this all of a sudden? Did I come to school in a limo before? How much do you get for a monthly allowance? About $10. Aye, that's a rather plebeian amount.
His lunch is made of normal stuff. He isn't rich.
What are they talking about? You guys out of nowhere how much I get and then that told that it's a plebeian amount?
Sorry.
Rena seemed to pick up on my dubious expression and started giggling. Kei-chan, your house, you know, it's pretty big, yeah? So the architecture has people all over Hinamuzawa calling it the Mayabara Manor, and it sort of stands out. Mayabara Manor?
Since the house is so big, everyone is gossiping, wonder exactly how rich you are.
I see. Now I get it. Well, the frame of it is huge. I see how it could cause some misunderstandings. From my deduction, I wager they spent too much on money building the house, and that's why they are now broke.
Being broke, very, very unfortunate.
Rika-chan took pity on me and she patted my head. I go from being treated like a millionaire to a beggar. Yeah, sorry for ruining your imagination, but we aren't millionaires or poor. We're the image of a normal, average household. You can't call it normal with that huge house. The entranceway is all grand and the gate is large enough for a large truck to get through. That's not normal at all. They do say the bigger your house, the more the more prosperous you are. Okay, my brain didn't comprehend that word for a moment. The reason the house is so big is because Dad's studio is in it too. There are a bunch of different workshops and lots of his works are hung up in different places. All of them are huge too. For those reasons, my family actually usually only a third of the house for day-to-day living. He planned it out so that people and cars could come in to see the gallery he opens up in the house someday. By the way, the entranceway Mian is talking about is the one for the studio, and it's normally sealed off. The entranceway to the Mayabara family actually uses is a very plain and simple one. The interior is much different from how it looks on the outside. I'd really like a chance to explore Keiji-san's house. Charming, claiming not to be rich, but having a home like that. What could be hidden there?
Maybe there's something cute hidden, Hal.
Probably had no money to purchase furniture, so it's filled with Spartan rooms. There are carpeted rooms. I would love to enjoy rolling around on the floor. That's a great idea. Wait. The voices. They're blending together. That'd be so great. I'll roll around too. Oh, I think that might have been Sadako. Seems like their imaginations are just piling on. Well, sometime in the future, it wouldn't be too bad to invite them all to my house. Dad is a sucker for the ladies, so he might even let them look around his studio. The cry of the Higurashi crescendoed as the sky towered over everything. It was hot, but the air was clear. It smelled like the beginning of summer. Damn site, Murder/Dismemberment, newspaper edition. Uh-oh. From the June XX 1979 edition. The Shishibone City Okinomiya Police Station, June XX, late at night. Suspects that were arrested on suspicion of murder and improper disposal of a corpse. Main offender has been added to the wanted list nationwide. According to our sources, the 6 suspects were at the Hinamizawa Dam construction site workroom on the X day at 9 p.m., where they are suspected to have assaulted and murdered the site overseer X as a group, dismembering his body and hiding it. On X at 8 o'clock in the morning, a report was filled by the Shishibone City Hospital in which a male suspect alluded to having murdered Mr. X. When questioned at the police station, the individual confessed to the crime. As a portion of the body was recovered at the location he gave, he was arrested that afternoon on suspicion of murder and mutilation of a corpse. The rest of the suspects were arrested the same day, but the main culprit is still at large. Police are currently on his trail. The motive is purported to be a drunken verbal dispute, during which he killed the victim in a fit of anger. However, as there are multiple inconsistencies with their testimonies, the investigation is ongoing. Yeah, that was actually fitting this music. All right. Chapter 2. I think I'm actually going to cut it here, because my throat's getting a bit... I'm not used to doing multiple voices, so I'm only going to do these as long. I can only do the voices for so long. Yeah, we're finally starting to dip into the darkness. So yeah. Just can't use the hotkeys. There we go. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Next time, maybe we'll find that arm. Maybe we'll get bopped in the face by Rena. Who knows? Yeah, till next time. I'll see you later. Bye.